Now, with such a shakeup in the Republican field, it looks like it's going to be a longer road to the nomination than previously thought. That means Wisconsin may actually make an impact in the race. To explain why, we're joined now live in our studio by News 8's Jenna Traum.
Lou, it's been a roller coaster of a week for the Republicans. What many saw as the inevitability of Mitt Romney's candidacy is seeming a lot less inevitable, and that means Wisconsinites could actually have a say in the nomination. When the state legislature moved the Wisconsin primary from February to April 3rd, UWL political analyst Joe Heim was not happy.
I thought it was a dumb idea. I'll say that out loud.
He assumed the Republican race would be settled long before an April primary, making Wisconsin's pick basically obsolete. But now things have changed.
After the first 3 or 4 contests in the past, at least in the recent past, it's pretty well decided who the nominee of the Republican Party is going to be. This year, you've got 3 winners in 3 separate contests.
So as the Republican race starts looking more like an actual, race, it seems more likely it could still be wide open by the time Wisconsin's primary rolls around. Let's take a look at the numbers. By the time Wisconsin votes, well over half the states will already have held their primaries. Those states have a total of 1,198 delegates, more than the number of delegates needed to win the nomination. But Heim says that's not that big of a deal.
With the Republicans in the past, at least, it hasn't been so much the delegate count, but who wins. In other words, the appearance of inevitability has been a very dominant force in the Republican Party.
We should have a better idea of whether Wisconsin's vote will matter on March 6th. That's Super Tuesday, when about a dozen primaries will be held at once.
If one candidate takes most of the delegates and wins most of those primaries, it'll pretty much be over with, to be honest. On the other hand, if they split it and 2 or 3 different people carry different states, and especially by a substantial margin, that'll give you an indication that Wisconsin still could be in play.
So will the race still be going strong by the time the Wisconsin primary rolls around? Heim says you might as well flip a coin.
I'd still put it a little less than 50-50 for Wisconsin, but it also makes it a possibility that nobody anticipated.
But how much of an impact could Wisconsin actually make? Wisconsin has 42 delegates. It's a winner-takes-all state, meaning the winner of the Wisconsin primary takes all 42 delegates at stake. But keep in mind those 42 delegates make up only about 2% of the country's total delegates.
All right, thanks, Jenna. Now, there is still going to be a primary election in Wisconsin on February 21st, but it's only for local, nonpartisan races.